Hey guys, Naira here. Welcome back to another Scratch tutorial. If you're wondering why I have this Scratch game open, um, it's a really old game that I made. It's pretty low quality, but it's a nice concept, and I stuck with the concept. I have uh, three prequels to it, the fourth one being in the making as we speak, and but we don't talk about the third one. The third one was really bad. We don't talk about the third one. So So this game I like to call Destroy the 100,000 Health Action Truck. For some reason, the variables don't stay behind the thumbnail, but whatever. So it's a pretty simple game. All you need is the truck, and you're this guy over here. I made this a while ago, so it's not that good. I don't really remember all the controls for this. But basically, you're swinging your pickaxe at this, and it's doing damage. You're getting metal. And then once you have enough metal, you can buy better pickaxes. So I like to do a little something called hacking my own game, and so yeah, that's fun. And now I can buy the unicorn pickaxe, which I know now is called a rainbow smash, and it one shots trucks. So yeah, it's pretty overpowered. But yeah, so that's the game for you. So if you want to know how to make this game, it's pretty simple. So I'm gonna be going into a new over here, and I'm gonna name it Destroy One Tutorial, because this is a tutorial, obviously. So first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to start the sprite, and it's always good to have a nice controlled movement. So if you don't remember controlled movements, there should be a little eye in the top right corner, and that's gonna bring you to that video. So if you guys don't remember this, it's basically just having all these different if-then blocks, and when keys are pressed, it's going to do certain actions. So it's pretty simple. It's only like a 5-minute process if you're trying to explain it, but I stretch it out to a very long time because I need content. Okay, and then you just add the X blocks and the Y blocks. It doesn't need to be too exact because it's not like a maze or anything where it's risky if you move too much. The moving is pretty much just so for fun, so you can move. Excuse me. Okay. So you can see that it's -10, and now you can do this. Woo! But one thing you're gonna want to remember is because you want to point in the right direction, you're gonna have point in direction 90 for right arrow, and point in direction -90 for this arrow. So now you can point this way, but you'll notice that this happens. I don't remember if I went over this in my controlled movements tutorial, but this happens when you turn left. So what you're gonna need to do is put set rotation style left and right. So that way, instead of making it turn all the way around, it'll just do this. Because you're not really gonna need to turn it all the way around. So at this point in time, I just basically stared at the screen for like 5 minutes. So I'm assuming you guys don't really want to see that. I'll just cut to this part where I'm actually talking again. So this is a pretty lengthy video. Probably gonna break it up into a few videos because it's a pretty long process, but yeah, so we're gonna start like this. I suggest you start with go to block here and point in direction -90. So you can always change these blocks, but I like it like this, so it doesn't really matter. So we can name this over here a cat, and I just like having them named. And now you're gonna want to start making the pickaxe. So it's really nagging at me that I can do the backdrop right now, but the backdrop isn't really that important. So I'll do that later. So I never really got around to doing the backdrop. Probably do that some other episode. Oh, if you guys were wondering if I'm going to be doing this mumbo jumbo cuts where it's just black and me talking, yeah, it's really easy for me to do, so, probably do it more often. So you're going to want, when you're drawing your pickaxe, doesn't really matter. In the original game, I didn't I didn't really, I use PNGs. So you can draw it however you want. I'll cut to when I'm done. Also, guys, keep in mind when you're making this, you're probably going to want to put the center of the pickaxe in the center. It's a lot easier to run with. And at that moment, I realized, yeah, you don't put it in the middle. You can maybe do it in the middle if you actually had a brain, but I don't have a brain, so yeah, just see how it is. You'll see why later. So you're gonna want to make it so you keep it like that. Now, also, I'm gonna, before I actually finish this pickaxe, I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of sidetracked, but you're going to want to make it so, first of all, set the costume 1, and I'm gonna name this one Basic 90. You'll see why you put the 90 there in a second. You don't really need to put a 90 there, but it really helps. So now you're going to want to make it so forever go to the cat. So whenever, no matter what happens with the cat, it's always going to stay there. But here is why you're going to want to keep it a little off to the side now that I remember. See, when you have the pickaxe, it's kind of, if I had it in the center, it's like on the cat. You don't want that. So when he's pointing in this direction here, let me just do that real quick. You're gonna want to make it so it's when it's pointing, it's like this, a little bit to the side, so it doesn't block the cat. This is just some visual things, but it's nice. Also, you're gonna want to make it so it goes back a little bit, so if it overlaps with the cat, it doesn't really mess too much up. But then you might be realizing when it turns this way, nothing happens, right? It just kind of like messes with the everything. So here, let me just add this. Go to back layer. Oh no, go to back layer. So now it goes behind it, so you can actually see the cat. But you might be wondering, when you turn this way, what's happening? You're actually going to be throwing your pickaxe in this direction. So what are you supposed to do? Well, this is where the 90 comes in. So now that you can duplicate this and name it basic negative 90. And what you're going to do is you're going to move it to this side. So when you do this, it will turn to this way. Now you can move it back a little bit. Suggest you do. It's probably easier. So you can so it looks like the cat's actually holding it instead of it floating in midair. But I like have it float in midair sometimes. So now you're going to want to do something here. So this is a little bit of a variable action. Sorry for a little sorry if you hear some background noise. It's okay. Don't worry. It's not going to interfere with this lovely. Oh, also remember to save. Always remember to save. You better save. It's good if you do. Okay. Now, because it's looking weird, right? So what we're going to want to do here is if... Actually, you don't even need to do that. Well, on here, because you're changing direction, you have to make a new variable. I'm just going to rename this one and name it cat direction. So this is going to make it a lot easier. Set cat direction whenever you're changing it to 90, and then when changing to negative 90, just do negative 90. It's a lot easier then. You don't need to worry about stuff. And then, so this does nothing yet, but then you're going to have to change to pickaxe. So, when, forever, if, else. So this is going to make it, sorry if I'm kind of not making sense. I'll explain it in the end. Basically, if, and then you're going to move this variable, cat direction equals 90. Then set costume to basic 90. So you're also going to want to make a little bit of, just for, actually, you know what? You're not gonna need this. We can fix this if you want to make other stuff later. But this is going to be a big, I guess, series, because it's a pretty complex game. You could always add more to it. So just for now, I'm just going to leave it like this. And if cat direction equals 90, then set the basic 90. otherwise turn to negative 90. So that means whenever it turns around, it'll switch costumes and it'll, go into the right places and stuff. So from here, you're just going to want to save. Always remember to save. And I guess you can add little details onto the pickaxe. I'm just going to leave it as a stick. It's nice as a stick. It's pretty harmless. And yeah, so that's part 1 for today. I'll try to make another one of these tomorrow for coding and Scratch tutorials. This is a little unique game of mine. If you guys are really want more tutorials for this, leave a like down below. Subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know I'm only at 88 right now, but you gotta aim high. So yeah, that's all for today. I'll come back next time with more game mechanics, such as the actual ice cream truck dealing damage, actually adding art into it, and animation in the pickaxe swings. But for now, that's all. Thank you for watching, and good day. So, thank you for watching again. I don't have an outro, so I'm just going to do the mumbo jumbo style outro, as always. It's a lot easier. And I'll be trying to make a lot more Scratch tutorials, almost maybe like every other day, because they're pretty easy to pump out. It's just the editing that's a problem, because it takes a while. But yeah, so thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and once more, good day.